All right, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is. It is time for more Fire Force. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of Fire Force. Today, we are going to be reading Volume 3, titled The Hero and the Princess. So let's see where we go from here. Summary! Company 8's true purpose is to investigate the other companies that may have already learned the secret behind spontaneous human combustion. Seeing the change that has overcome her sister in the cloth, Iris has gone alone to Company 5 to confront Hibana, but Hibana takes Iris hostage and uses her as bait to crush the thorn in her side. Company 8. Shinra and the rest of Company 8 raid Company 5 to rescue Iris and expose the company's hidden research. So, the chapters we have are chapters 16 all the way down to 25. So let's begin with chapter 16. And last we left off, Setsuo, the man who was convicted for murder but let off with a not guilty sentence, who also then turned infernal, he has been brought under heel by Company 5 somehow, as he stands here in front of Arthur. And we have the old man with the cone head going,
"Left all alone in enemy territory. Are we? Left all alone in enemy territory, are we? I see poor wretched Company 8 is just as short-handed as the reports say. Are you ready to die? This infernal has been enhanced through my research. He'll do you the favor of turning you to cinders."
And Arthur doesn't say anything. Chapter 16, The Night Airing.
His new weapon will concentrate his already amplified firepower onto a single point before unleashing it on his target. Thanks to those meds, I can feel the flames, the power, boiling up inside me until it bursts out. Don't leave any remains, not even ash,
goes the old man. And using the same arm that got obliterated by Shinra, it's now turned into like a short cannon. And he aims it at Arthur as it starts to build up, and a gigantic fire blast emanates from where his right arm used to be. Then we get Arthur. "That was close. Confound you. Are you trying to turn me into night teriyaki?"
"Teriyaki? I don't see any sauce on you."
As he tries to hit Arthur again, and Arthur once again dodges. "I descend upon the red-hot earth, clad in vestments of gold."
"What? You talking about tempura?"
And as he tries to hit Arthur, Arthur just simply dodges out of the way once again.
"You're an idiot, aren't you?"
"I'm a knight." And it shows the mansion where Hibana is staying.
Status report.
"The angels are fighting Hinawa. Arthur is up against the infernal." And then it shows Iris, who's been covered up with Hibana's coat. "No one has sighted Obi yet. A coat for you."
Like moths to the flame.
Because another dude brings in another fur coat for Hibana to wear.
"Burn them all until nothing remains."
And Hibana dons her coat once again.
"The truth and conspiracy behind SHC. It's all the fruits of our research. I won't let any gravel stand in my way."
And as this goes on, we cut back to Arthur fighting the Setsuo Infernal as he gets launched into a nearby building, though he's still very much conscious.
"Are you sure you're a fire soldier? You're not putting up any kind of a fight. Are you scared of something?" "Don't pretend you're so sure of yourself!"
As he kicks away Arthur once again. And then Arthur gets hit over and over and over again. And as he tries to rush Setsuo, Setsuo manages to hit Arthur in the face and stop him with the stump that is his arm. And then he proceeds to blast Arthur away, just point blank.
"Wow, kid. You put on a nice show, but you're crazy weak. And you're stupid."
What is wrong with me? I'm not in my usual form.
It has nothing to do with your form. My infernal's fire is too powerful for you. Yeah, it happens. Little grunts blaming their incompetence on a bad day, when they were never any good to begin with. It's exactly the kind of excuse I'd expect from you fire soldier phonies. Little gruntling numbskull.
What?
It would seem the tenderfoot rookie is so new to the force he can't even tell you're out of his league. And he's blaming it on his form. That's just sad. An idiot who can't walk the talk. A knight? That's rich coming from a losing loser.
And then Arthur kind of snaps. I am no mere knight. I am the Night King. And then Setsuo immediately punches him in the face with a
Shut your pie hole!
And then he tries to hit Arthur once again.
As your reward for sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, I'll at least let you die a painful death, grunt!
And then he tries to fire at Arthur once again. Well, he starts to charge up his arm cannon to kill Arthur. And then Arthur is grabbing onto his sword and he's just confused. Why? My power is completely failing me. What? Excalibur is in my left hand?
Oh? What's this? Another excuse? Figure it out. You've just always been this weak.
But I'm right-handed. Why would I be holding my sword in my left?
What? Heck if I know! Maybe you're just stupid. You can go on making your excuses in the afterlife.
Because Arthur has been holding his sword in his left hand, but as soon as he puts it in his right, he blitzes Setsuo instantly. Violent flash! Violet flash! And he slices straight through Setsuo instantly. Yeah, he's stupid if he didn't recognize that his own sword was not in his dominant hand. That's like an instinctual thing for you to use the dominant hand, unless you're ambidextrous. It's instinctual to use a hand that, you're most comfortable with. But the whole time he didn't even notice that his own sword was in his right hand. Shinra's right, this dude's stupid. He's strong when he gets his sword in his in the right arm, but he's stupid for taking this long to realize it, Holster. But since he sliced straight through Setsuo, that it completely extinguishes and I wouldn't say exercise. This isn't Jujutsu Kaisen. It completely disintegrates him. He just crumbles away, and the conehead old man is just nervous.
What is with that kid?
Oh, I thought something was off. It took you this long to figure it out. It took him this long. I'm gonna be calm. Okay, hold on, there's some on my eye. He gives a whole new meaning to airhead. Look, we have airheads. We've seen airheads. This dude is just stupid. Oh, I thought something was off.
He's stupid strong.
And that's the end of Chapter 16. Onwards to Chapter 17, Shinra versus Hibana. And we have the Angels 3 fighting Hinawa still. Well, actually, it's not fighting Hinawa. They're fighting Hinawa and Maki.
Fifth Angels 3. 3-on-3 triple fillet slasher version 2.3. So many numbers. Too many!
As Maki just decks one of the three directly in the face. And apparently, there were a lot more than just 3 Angels 3. There were like several of them. I see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 10 of the Angels 3. But yeah, Hinawa and Maki just straight up bodied all of them. And Hinawa, still using guns, is just shooting them all. Of course, with his, flame control, he's capable of making it so that they're non-lethal, but they still hurt. This feels like something is just floating on my eye. I can't do this. Where's my bookmark? Give me a sec. It is laying on my eye. I gotta get rid of it. Okay, there we go. It was annoying me so much. My apologies. It always happens whenever I'm trying to read stuff for you guys. Eyelashes happen. But Maki and Hinawa take care of the Angels 3 and the rest, as you say, Holster. And then we have Hinawa. Fifth Angels 3. Shouldn't there only be 3 of them?
Well, we just took out about 10.
Wow, I was right. There were 10. There can't be any more, can there? As Hina was looking around, guns drawn, as another member of the Angels 3 is hiding for her life.
I hope Shinra and Arthur are doing okay.
While Shinran's running around, we'll find that research material. And then it cuts to Shinra in front of the main building.
A mansion? Just the kind of place I bet that glitzy captain would love. This is the place.
And then Shinra just opens up the doors.
Anyone home? This is a good chance to find out how hard I can hit a company captain. I won't stand a chance unless I can deal with that power of hers.
The same one that rendered him on his knees the first time they met.
No! Nissan! Stop! That's Sister Iris's voice. She is here. I gotta hurry.
And then as it shows Shinra flying through the air, we get some more members of the Angels 3. So there's clearly more than 3 of them, obviously. But he flies through the air, and another member of the Angels 3 goes,
You're not going anywhere.
Huh?
Fifth Angels 3! 3 on 3!
As 3 of the Angels 3 try to launch at Shinra, but he kicks away all of them, still mid-flight. And then we cut to the room with Hibana and Iris.
It seems like that vermin has made its way into the mansion. Iris, sit back and watch while I roast your Company 8 friend.
Nason, why?
You just pray to that god of salvation you love so much. It's a fry or be fried world out there. And I am one who fries. I know you saw it too. All those nuns wrapped in flames, wasting away in cruel agony.
As it shows a flashback image of Iris and Hibana staring into flames, and we can see arms, burnt arms in the flames, but we don't see the rest of it.
Fortunately for me, I awakened to 3rd generation powers. I have become like the flames. I will not be burned, because I will do the burning. I will consume the gravel that is beneath me until it is nothing but cinders. I will use it to fuel my rise to...
I messed that up, I'm sorry.
I will use it to fuel my rise to the top. That is true happiness.
Nothing you gain from doing those things will ever make you happy.
You say those pretty words, but the reality is you're just waiting to be incinerated.
Get away from Sister Iris!
And then Shinra walks into the building as Hibana's got her by the scruff of the neck.
The hero has arrived.
I'll incinerate him first. You just stay there and watch.
Shinra-san, run! Even you can't beat a captain!
This won't go down like it did last time.
Gravel? Surely you haven't forgotten you can't lay a finger on me.
I won't know unless I try!
And then he tries to use fire to ignite his feet, but then Hibana stares at him, and then he starts to lose his balance.
Not again.
And then he just falls to the floor. He falls to the ground.
Shinra-san!
You just can't wait to lie at my feet again. I always knew you were gravel.
Darn it! My head is spinning.
And then Hibana walks over to Shinra and proceeds to, place her heel on his head.
What did you do to me?
Heat syncope.
Heat syncope?
I've wrapped your entire body in a wave of heat. That heat has expanded your blood vessels and lowered your blood pressure, leading to a drastic decrease in the blood going to your brain, which gives you vertigo. You come in here raving about being a hero, and yet all it takes is a little heat to knock you to the ground. It's hilarious.
Vertigo? Oh, so it's all in my head.
Huh?
As Shinra starts to get up to his feet.
All in your head? Look at you, you're really falling over.
Throbbing, shortness of breath, dizziness, it's all just an illusion.
All I see is a man pretending there's nothing wrong with him. And while we're on the subject of delusions, I think the biggest one is your misguided belief that you're a hero.
Right now, I'm dizzy in my head, so I'm dizzy in real life. And if I'm a hero in my head, then I can be a hero for real!
Impossible. How can you hold yourself up? And the dizziness is not some sort of delusion.
This is nothing compared to the discipline I get from Lieutenant Hinawa.
Fine then. It's more fun to roast an opponent who can fight back anyway.
As she takes out her fan and causes flowery flames to emanate from it.
Let the passion of my white-hot flowers scatter your ashes.
Nesan, you still...
Shut up and watch.
And then we cut to Shinra looking at Iris.
Are you sure you're not the one who's delusional?
What?
I know. Tonight I'll be... Bring the delusional lady back to her senses, man!
And the fire from Shinra's feet takes the shape of spikes behind him. And that's the end of chapter 17. Onwards to chapter 18, because I see the Fire Force title at the top.
You say I'm delusional?
I don't know. You just kind of look delusional to me.
You're full of it!
As Hibana waves her fan. Chapter 18, Clash. And after Hibana waved her fan, a big gust of fiery wind makes its way towards Shinra, and it actually hits him in the cheek. And while he tries to fly towards Hibana, he suddenly has that woozy feeling of vertigo again, as he goes crashing right next to her. And then she starts to get kind of loony, you know.
What do you mean the vertigo is all in your head? You still can't find your balance? You're falling all over yourself!
And then Shinra shakes his head.
Ah, darn it!
As he's struggling to get back up again.
That's all you've got? And you call yourself a hero? You're pathetic! Let me rid you of some of those delusions!
And then petals start to fall all around Shinra, and they are burning hot because one petal falls on his face, and it actually burns him.
Gah!
Dance! Ride!
Please, Nesan, stop!
Goes Lady Iris, Sister Iris.
If you want me to stop, then pray for it. Pray to your God. You know the truth. There is no God in this world, and definitely no heroes.
That's not true. If you pray with all your heart, you can find peace. People have been saved.
Not with real salvation.
Nesan, are you saying there's no such thing as salvation?
Oh, there is. To use and outsmart others for your own success. To look down at the slow and foolish masses from on high. And what will you see what you will see is incompetent gravel. Nothing could be better. To be saved knowing that you weren't one of the riffraff. The status and money you gain at the top, that is true salvation.
A lot of people seem to think that.
How can you say that? You prayed with us every day at the convent.
I did pray. And who did that save? That convent was a refuge for orphans like us. Children with no families. We were miserable enough as it was. And every day we devoted ourselves to God. I was the only one there who didn't take it seriously. Then one day, without warning, all of our sisters burned. They were all pious nuns who served God much better than I did. Don't you see? Hard work and devotion never pays. The fact that I am alive now proves that more than anything. People can only become stronger for their own gain, and you think you can ask for salvation without making yourself stronger? Talk about demanding. These lowly pieces of gravel are already wrong for thinking they can have the same salvation as a human being.
And then Shinra gets up. This speech from Hibana.
Princess Hibana, you're a victim of the flames too.
You're still here, Zero? There are no heroes in this world. You can't save other people.
I kinda know how you feel. The flames messed up my life too.
And then it shows flames, flame petals, almost like a Senbon Sakura, starts to surround him.
How could you possibly understand? Rise up! Sakura Blizzard!
And a fiery blizzard of flaming sakura petals envelops Shinra, and it just burns them all over. Think Senbon Sakura, but if Senbon Sakura was, made of fire instead of tiny little blades. And then he's just writhing in pain.
This time you will grovel before me with the other gravel.
Then it shows Shinra making a stance while inside this flame. And Hibana's curious as he goes,
I refuse to go down.
But the heat syncope. You can't possibly be on your feet.
I'll stand up every time, and I'll refuse to go down every time, until I've helped you.
And Hibana's speechless for a moment.
But what are you talking about? Have you lost your mind?
Listen, I'm about to kick your butt, and I'm doing it all to help you.
And this makes Hibana pause.
If you want to help me, then just burn up already. I've had enough of your rambling, you clueless piece of gravel.
Yes, some flames do.
Oh, wait, who's saying this? No, wait, this is Iris.
Yes, some flames do burn people, but some are guiding lights and some are gentle and warm. There are no heroes in this world, and the people we call heroes are all fakes. They outsmarted and walked all over their fellow man to make it to the top.
You're right there. You're right. There are no heroes. That's why I'm gonna become one!
And it shows Shinra launching towards Hibana, where in a double spread panel he goes,
I am? Bring the delusional lady back to her senses, man!
And while he's in flight, he decks Hibana with all his strength. Just punch! Just directly in the face. And that's the end of chapter 18. Onwards to chapter 19, The Flower of Promise. And we go in a flashback. As we see a young Hibana. Sorry, this counts as part of the chapter as well. It shows Hibana using her pyrokinetic abilities to create flowery flames. And all the other nuns who are with her, the young nuns who are with her, are all like,
Ooh, pretty! That's amazing, Sister Hibana. Sister Clematis, watch how the flames react when I sprinkle a little of the sodium solution onto it. Oh, it's a little yellow now. And here's some copper. It's green. Look, Sister Sakura, this is what calcium does. It's orange. And then there's potassium and strontium. They're all beautiful. See? Isn't flame beautiful?
and then all the sisters are going,
Yes! I wish I could be like you, Sister Hibana. You can control fire and you're a science expert.
and then it shows a young Iris hiding behind the corner, watching all this happen. And then Hibana goes,
Iris, stop hiding back there and come take a closer look.
and then young Iris, has like a flash of happiness in her face, and she scampers over.
Oh.
And she tries to touch the flames. Mind you, they're all pretty much kids.
Don't touch. It may be shaped like flowers, but it's still fire. It'll burn you.
Sister Hibana, playing with your ignition powers again?
Come now, girls, get inside the chapel. Yes, Sister Sumire. And you, Sister Hibana, those powers were a gift from the great sun god. Not only that, but flames can be very dangerous if you don't use them properly. Don't worry, I'm being careful. There you go again. Hurry on inside. Yes, sister.
And then it shows someone tugging at Hibana's nun habit, and it's Iris going,
Sister Hibana? What? Will you show me the flowers again?
and then it shows Hibana, looking kind of endearing at Iris, and she just rustles her hat, going,
Okay, when you get over your shyness.
Really? You promise?
and it shows both Hibana and Iris walking to the church, and then we get like a long-range view of the church. And then we see Then we get the narration again. Spontaneous human combustion. Death by fire. As it shows the church, that very same church, just completely engulfed in flames.
Without warning, our sisters went up in flames.
And we even see the faces of one of the sisters out of the fire going,
All of them, except for Iris and me. The sounds of bodies burning, screams, the searing pain, the anguish, lives crumbling to ash. Fire powers are a gift from the great sun god. See? Isn't flame beautiful?
But then it shows the cross necklace that Hibana had on, cracking and breaking. As Hibana starts tearing up, and she goes,
Flame? Beautiful?
and then Iris is looking, but Hibana covers her eyes and goes,
Let's go. We have to get away from here or we'll burn up too.
and then time passes.
A gift from the great sun god? Hardly. Flame is the devil itself, and I can use that power. I'm a devil. I should act like one. I'll use them. People, flames, everything I can. I'll get infernal specimens from the black market, collect data from them, and use that data to get everything I want.
Day-san, where are you going? Why are you dressed like that?
And then it shows that Hibana is leaving Iris.
Iris, don't let the flames burn you.
And then we cut to Hajima Industries, while we get some researchers along with Hibana in one room, with one researcher going, "This is incredible!
That is a part of my research. I have some terms.
We'll do just about anything!"
Make me a captain. I need a place in the funds to perform my experiments.
And Hibana says this with like that, mad scientist look in her eye. Then we cut back to the present, as Hibana has been laid out with a bruise on her face, from where Shinra punched her, laying on the lap of Iris. Then we get Shinra.
The heat's gone down, but those flower petals are still dangerous.
I'll be fine as long as I have this fire coat Nasan gave me.
And then it cuts to Shinra, who takes off his own coat and holds it over Iris.
Just in case.
Thank you very much.
Why?
We were all orphans at the convent. We didn't have families. You were our role model. You were pretty and smart, and you could control fire. We were scared and alone. You were our hero.
And then Hibana says,
I didn't have anyone. The flame was my only support, and even that betrayed me.
"Normally you say you should never hit a woman, but I think Hibana kind of needed it. Look, you should never hit a woman, but that doesn't mean they don't give you reasons to."
You pieces of gravel can rely on me. But I have nothing.
And then Shinra kneels down and goes,
Well, you can have a hero. There's one right here. Look to the sky and call my name. I'll come to your rescue anytime.
and then Hibana is looking at Shinra, and she starts to blush.
Ow. After the way you hit me? Don't be stupid. Besides, it's not like it's your duty to help me.
I don't need it to be my duty. The fire force isn't like the military. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you broke the law. If someone's in trouble, we go to help. Isn't that what heroes do?
And then Hibana once again take pause.
Either way, I lost. I've never had formal combat training, so I'm not interested in fighting a man who won't fall to my syncope or my flowers.
And then Iris starts to get bubbly again and happy again as Hibana pets her on the head, just like she did when they were kids.
Do you think I'm a little less shy now?
You're unbelievable, Iris, marching into my combine all by yourself.
Well, I wanted to see your beautiful flowers again.
I did promise, didn't I?
And then Hibana's just sitting there with Iris, and she creates those same flowers from when they were kids. Except this time they're far more ornate in design.
these are?
Yes, irises.
And she creates iris flowers, the flower irises.
I love you, Nathan! Ah!
I would like to request a lily, please.
Why?
And then Hibana goes,
Anyway, I lost. I know you're here to rescue Iris, but I assume Company 8 is also after my research. Then let me tell you the truth behind spontaneous human combustion.
and that is the end of chapter 19. Yep. As we move, next chapter, onwards to the next chapter, and we cut to the Special Fire Force Cathedral 8, where we see Obi. Chief, it's happening sooner than expected, but Chief, it's happening sooner than expected, but we've begun our investigation of Company 5. I don't think they're going to cooperate, so I'm requesting that you pull all the necessary strings. Then Obi gets the rest of his gear on. Inawa, come in. It took some time to get everything set up, but I'm on my way now. And then it cuts to Hinawa and Maki in like a control room that had more members of the Angels, 5th Angels 3 in there, going, with Obi going, "What? You're done? Whoa!" And you will not believe the data we found. Chapter 20, where the Inferno is born. And it shows everyone else who got bodied by Company 8, as Hibana, Shinra, and everyone else is looking at the mess that Maki and Hinawa have made.
It looks like you really went to town, Company 8.
This must be Lieutenant Hinawa's work.
Both Iris and Shinra think to themselves.
How am I going to explain all this to the top brass, or to the gravel lying on the ground?
Apparently, Captain Obi was going to set it all up to look like a joint nighttime training exercise, but...
You all rushed in before it was ready? If you do that every time, you're bound to screw up eventually.
I just had an idea. Why don't Company 5 and Company 8 all have dinner together?
I'm not sure that's a...
Interesting. That's not a bad idea.
What?
Sometimes the stupidest plans are the most effective methods of deception. Well, we'll say that I wanted to test Company 5's combat abilities, so I asked Company 8 to play the enemy in a surprise drill. Shinra, go collect all your Company 8 friends. We'll wrap this all up with a dinner party.
You're awfully cooperative, ma'am.
Well, I've fallen in love.
What?
As Shinra doesn't understand. So it's like, and she's nervously twirling her hands in her hair. So, yeah, this definitely is a Hancock's Luffy moment right here. And it cuts to a grill as people are cooking. I combined the greatest skill with the perfect heat to grill. And it shows Hinawa as he's going mad with the kebabs. I'm hungry. I need some food. I need to help family so they can bring me something on the way. But Hinawa's just cooking, and he's got that blank stare, and so he's like staring at everyone. And he still has that very intense look to him. Help yourselves. Thank you. Look at him go. And he just keeps going with the kebabs. So what exactly happened here? Apparently, Company 8 was helping us with a combat drill. And Captain Hibana is furious about Company 5's disappointing performance. She's gonna punish us again! Masochist. Don't be so happy, goes members of Company 8. Whoa, watch it! As some flames start to emanate from the grill, and then they all start to turn into familiars as Maki manipulates the fires again. And she just goes,
There.
When I said she reminds me of Hancock last volume, I wasn't even talking about this part. I just meant what we saw of her personality so far up to that point. It's really, so that's what you meant. Okay, I thought you was meaning like her behaving like Hancock towards Luffy in that manner, but not just her whole overall demeanor. I didn't pick up on that. I was slow that day. My apologies, Holster. But Maki turns the extra flames into more familiars. And then we have some women who are looking at it. And they're all going,
Ooh.
And one is from Fifth Angels 3, another is from Fifth Angels 3, one is not from the Fifth Angels 3, and there's a mixture of people, of women who all look alike, but are not part of the Fifth Angels 3 group. And then Arthur comes in and starts slicing up Maki's familiars, going, "Die, will-o-wisps!"
Hey, what are you doing?
The lieutenant told me if Maki is playing with fire, kill it.
But this is a party! Sputter. Flare.
And it's so funny how he now is all like, even if I'm not here, I'm gonna make sure you never play with fire. Arthur, if she starts playing with it, kill it. He literally just says, the lieutenant told me if Maki is playing with fire, kill it.
But this is a party! Sputter. Flare.
And then we have Obi with Hibana. I heard what happened. So we have Company 5's full cooperation.
Not Company 5. Me, my personal cooperation. We may be just an auxiliary. Auxiliary. I've been saying that word wrong all these years. It's not auxiliary, it's auxiliary. All these years I've been saying that word wrong. We may be just an auxiliary, but Company 5 is affiliated with Hajime. The way things stand now, it would be difficult for your company to confront Hajime directly. I assume your plan was to expose our research and crush us first?
Well...
How did you get your information on Company 5? Seriously, who is behind your company? Was Iris a part of your plan too?
Please, Captain. Of course not. But she was my trump card against you. And then Hibana just starts pouting.
Feigning ignorance? I don't like it. And stop being so formal. You're older than me, aren't you?
No, you meant her demeanor. I apologize. It should have been clear. It was pretty vague when you said she reminds you of Hancock. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine, Halster. You're fine.
Feigning ignorance? I don't like it. And stop being so formal. You're older than me, aren't you?
But you have seniority.
A muscle-bound gorilla like you won't understand Company 5's files. You better be grateful for my help. You're going to need it.
Why the change of heart?
One of your soldiers has shown me the light.
Shinra?
No. I mean, yes, but absolutely not.
Ah, she's going full tsundere. Huh?
A certain event in my life made me lose my faith in the flames. Every time I learned more about our government, about our world, I was forced to give in to that despair. I wanted to think that my cynicism made me stronger, smarter. That the only way to face this crappy world was to fight evil with evil. But when your mighty hero Shinra beat the daylights out of me, I remembered. The warmth of the flames, how kind justice can be. I was able to get another taste of the ideal, of fighting the evil in this world.
So Shinra was a hero to you too. Princess.
No, I adamantly deny such a claim.
Company 5 is proud to have him as our hero. If anyone can shine the light on the dark secrets of our prison of flames, it's him.
So your company's objective is to investigate the other companies in your attempts to solve the mystery of the flames?
Yes, that's why we came to steal Company 5's data. I heard there's something in your research about what's causing the human combustions. Is that true?
Yes, and you'll see why I would become a devil. Someone is out there, intentionally creating infernals.
As it shows a page of a man, just being burnt to cinders and turning into an infernal.
Of course, that might not be true of all of the combustion cases, but some of the specimens I examined were clearly different from the others.
You examined their corpses? Normally I'd have a big problem here, but I'll just pretend I didn't hear that.
My friends, my sisters, all burned to death, and if someone is behind that, then I swear by the St. John's wort, a flower that means animosity, that I will do whatever it takes to find that someone and burn them alive.
And she says this while, holding her middle finger up while having the St. John's wort flower emanating, so that's just how adamant she is. So, there is someone causing the combustions. They won't get away with it. I will hunt them down, I promise you that. Our goals are the same.
Much as it pains me to say it.
And they both give each other like a high five of agreement.
But you're going to run into trouble if you try to investigate any further.
Meaning?
The infernals that I believe have been created artificially basically all appeared in the Shinjuku area.
That's Company 1's jurisdiction. Special Fire Grand Cathedral 1. As we have an individual walking into this gigantic cathedral, and we have these numerous members showing up. Special Fire Force Company 1, Lieutenant Priest Huo Yan Li. Apparently, Companies 5 and 8 had a drill together. Special Fire Force Company 1, Lieutenant Priest Reka Hoshimiya. And he doesn't say anything. Then we have the last one. It's too unnatural. Special Fire Force Company 1, Lieutenant Priest Karim Flam. And then, lastly, Special Fire Force Company 1, Captain Leonard Burns. So Obi has finally made his move. And that is the end of Chapter 20. Onwards to Chapter 21! And we cut to a city as an infernal is just going crazy out in the streets. Shinra!
Yes, sir!
As Shinra is launching at this infernal that's making its way around town. Chapter 21, Commence Investigation of Company 1. And the infernal has made its way towards the roof with Shinra in hot pursuit. The flame is the soul's breath. The black smoke is the soul's release. Right, gotta go. Hopefully you be back before you finish, but if not, see you next time. Halster, you do what you gotta do. This whole stream will be here waiting for you when you get back. If I'm not here, then you'll be able to tune into the rest of it. The flame is the soul's breath. The black smoke is the soul's release. Ashes as ashes. And I incorrectly said it was ashes that are an art, but it's ashes thou wert an art. That's how it's said in the English dub. Ashes thou wert an art. Return to the great flame of fire, Latom. I said that incorrectly last time. The flame is the soul's breath. The black smoke is the soul's release. Ashes as ashes. May thy soul return to the great flame of fire. And it's Captain Obi who appears behind this infernal when Shinra was chasing him, that manages to drive a pile bunker straight through its chest. And then the rest of the fire crews show up and say what they need to say. And, well, they show up after everything's said and done while the other firefighters are putting the fire that this infernal caused out. And then back to Obi. Thanks for luring him away, Shinra. You really helped us keep the damage to a minimum.
Murderers! Bring muscle back! You murderers!
And then we cut to a civilian calling them murderers. Then Arthur. Doesn't she realize that if we hadn't put him to rest, she would be dead too?
Let me talk to her.
She just lost a loved one, and she can't accept the grief. Sometimes it's easier to put the blame on someone else. But it's spontaneous combustion. It's not anyone's fault. Get back to the matchbox. And everyone just travels home. Hey, scoot in.
Whew. Okay.
It's not anyone's fault. That's what I used to think anyway.
According to Captain Hibana's investigation, there's someone in Shinjuku in Company 1's territory who's making infernals.
What is it supposed to mean? Special Fire Cathedral 8. And what is this supposed to mean? As it shows someone put a note on Captain Obi's locker that says, Gorilla Muscle Brains, moron, give Shinra a raise, with a voodoo doll with Obi's name attached to it.
Shinra! My locker's been vandalized! I had just about enough of this. I told you, sir, I didn't do anything.
Shinra is busy eating the lunch I've made. Don't interrupt.
It was you again? Well, it was you again, wasn't it? What are you doing here anyway?
It's my lunch break. And don't get any funny ideas. I forgot that I brought a lunch from home, so I brought some snack bread. I couldn't eat it all myself, and I didn't want it to go to waste. What choice did I have? I had to give it to Shinra.
You know, that's not what that's not what I was asking. Shinra, do something about her!
What? But this lunch is crazy good, sir.
So you like it?
And then, Hibana is smitten. She is smitten with Shinra.
You like it?
And she's laughing to herself.
Darn it, she's bribing my subordinates with food.
I'm trying to figure out how we're going to investigate Company 1. Stop giving me extra troubles.
Aw, you haven't come up with a plan yet. You stupid, incompetent, all-bra, no-brain gorilla.
I'll take you out for some ramen again sometime. All you can eat.
Ramen, sir? Let me finish this and I'm there.
What? Now? I'll go with you, goes Arthur. Oh. We're not going now?
Oh.
You guys. Come on, Maki, you tell him. And then it shows Hibana using her abilities to mesmerize both Iris and Maki.
Oh!
Hinawa, they're playing with fire in the church. I'm organizing the infernal reports from that last call. Leave me out of this. Yo, Byron, what's going on? We are on chapter 21 of volume 3 of Fire Force. Hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. But Hibana is just throwing the whole group dynamic out of whack right now. Because she's, distracting Shinra, distracting everyone else. And Hinawa's all like, yeah, just leave me out of this.
Well, we're off to borrow the boys' shower room.
Sure.
I'm sorry we have to keep doing this.
What? Don't you have a girls' shower room? It's out of order right now. You want to leave this rundown company and join mine?
What? Scouting is prohibited at this establishment,
goes Obi. Goodness! But we get like a moment with all the we get a moment with all the women in the shower.
Oh, it's actually pretty clean.
Why are you bathing with us, Ne-san?
I'm here to make sure you've been maturing properly.
And she just gropes Iris.
Don't do that! It's dirty!
Excuse me, my body is very clean.
That is not what I meant!
What's wrong with yours? Those fine-toned muscles are beautiful. I wish my company What's wrong with yours?
Oh wait, this is Maki going.
You two are so lucky. Look at those soft feminine bodies. What's wrong with yours? Those finely toned muscles are beautiful. I wish my company would take a page from your book.
You think so? You're not really here to see Shinra-san all the time, are you? You're getting ready to do something dangerous again.
Yes, I'm going to help with the Company 1 investigation. It could mean war. We don't always see eye to eye, but Obi is a shrewd man. He'll have a plan soon enough.
And then it just cuts to a panel with Obi.
And I was never coming to see Shinra.
What's this I'm hearing? Is somebody in love?
Goes Maki.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Maki-san's head full of flowers and wedding bells. Oh, it's not bad. It's not that bad.
And then it cuts to Hibana and company talking again.
When I'm with you girls, I feel like I'm young again. Come on, Hibana, you're not old.
When did you get to be such good friends?
Goes Shinra.
Oh, after we spent some naked bonding time together.
Darn it! Naked bonding time? Really?
As Shinra, his usual nervous or tensed up face goes into overdrive as he starts bleeding from the nose. His face is in a Grinch smile, and his eyes have just switched colors completely. With Arthur going, "You think you can be a hero with that villainous face?" As Shinra just can't not think of the idea.
Leave my face out of this!
Don't look at me, your face is terrifying.
Those two are pretty good friends, too.
You think they're friends? You think they're friends?
Goes Maki, while Hibana just watches on.
It's better than the lieutenant!
That's a whole other jousting match. And then Hinawa just stops what he's doing and looks. Then it cuts to Hibana and company talking.
Oh, so this great cake shop just opened up nearby.
Oh, that's old news, Ne-san. Of course we know about that one. They just came out with a new cake. It has strawberries on it and
and then it shows the women talking, and then it shows Obi who's trying to think, and then it cuts to Shinra and Arthur who are arguing, and then Hinawa has had enough. All of you! If you're going to insist on disrupting the captain's concentration, then get out! How is he supposed to plan anything with all this noise? And then everyone stops as Obi slams his hand on the desk and goes, That's it! Yes? Shinra! Arthur! I want you both out of this company!
What?
Want to join Company 5?
And that's the end of chapter 21. Onwards to the next one. Yeah, I'm right. Chapter 21. Onwards to the next chapter.
Captain, no. You want us to leave Company 8? We're fired? But I finally made it. I'm finally a fire soldier. I was on the road to becoming a hero.
My path to Night Kingship has been closed.
You're firing them? Isn't that a little much? I know they're stupid, but please, have mercy. I know they're them, but...
Whoa, hold up. Don't be hasty. You're being mean.
You're going to use the new recruit training assignment system to sneak them into Company 1. I see. I didn't think of that. Pretty well thought out for a gorilla.
And then both Shinra and Arthur realize that, oh, maybe it's not all that bad. Chapter 22, Operation Infiltrate Company 1. And I feel like I've been leaning on my arm so long that it's starting to burn a little bit. But this could be like a little bit of a workout because I'm keeping myself from leaning too far forward. So maybe I gotta relax just a little bit. Chapter 22, Operation Infiltrate Company 1.
An undercover investigation of Company 1?
The new recruit training assignment system is one of the training systems in the Fire Force bylaws. During their first year on the force, soldiers can temporarily join a different company to learn more about how things get done. And you two will use this to go undercover and investigate Company 1.
Me and Arthur? In Company 1?
There might be someone in their jurisdiction or in their company manufacturing infernals. I want you to get some clues. This mission will be vital in helping us solve the mystery of spontaneous human combustion. We're counting on you.
If there really is someone out there making infernals, they have to pay!
And then it cuts to Hibana.
They may suspect something if the new recruits all come from Company 8. I'll send one of my soldiers too.
Is it really a good idea to send those two? And then Obi thinks, and then he goes, Shinra, be strong!
Yes, sir!
Then we cut to Special Fire Base 2. I really am leaning on this arm. Hold on. I gotta find a... I don't know why I didn't go through anything of this nature when I was reading this before. Maybe it was because I was actually leaning. Oh, I was leaning into it rather than just have my arm resting on it. I was putting pressure on it. So I'm good now. I'm good now. I figured it out. I figured out how I can do this without, burning my arm's muscles out. But we cut to Special Fire Base 2. You're still as big as an elephant, Juggernaut.
Yes. I'm sorry.
With the heart of a moose, with the heart of a mouse. And then it cuts to Juggernaut sitting at a table with a big old plate full of food.
Time to eat.
Hey, Juggernaut, I heard you're off going to train at Company 1.
Oh, yes. It's kind of sudden.
You still haven't weighed in yet, have you?
Weighed in? On what?
You know, the bet. It's Company 2's favorite riddle.
Huh?
You can't tell me you've never heard of it. People ask which came first, the chicken or the egg. We ask which came first, Captain Honda's bald head or his burning scalp. Gah! Crap, it's Captain Honda! And then it shows Captain Honda with his bald head walking in, and it's super shiny, and everyone stands at attention. Your assignment is all set. You're off to train. Don't let the kids from Company 5 and 8 show you up. And then Juggernaut is going,
Fire!
I think I'll go with he went bald first.
Huh?
Yeah.
In front of Special Fire Grand Cathedral 1 at the Holy Soul Obelisk Monument. And we cut to Company 8 walking in, along with Juggernaut and certain people.
So this is the Holy Soul Obelisk Monument.
It's even more titanic than I imagined.
Do you think we can climb it?
Your bags have been sent on ahead. You can go over there to finish registration.
Why do I have to join Company 1? That's so annoying.
The Sacred Company 1. I don't think I'm worthy.
I think we have some extra guys. Is that okay?
It's camouflage. Be nice. The Company 2 kid just tagged along.
And then, as everyone's getting registered, we have them walking up to a desk.
When you finish your registration, your guide will show you around. The Grand Cathedral is this way. Thank you for your help,
goes Maki to one of the attendants, and they're walking through this incredibly detailed hallway.
Company 1 is really something.
And then it cuts to Kareem with his headphones, and he's looking at Shinra. So, you're the new recruits. And Kareem's just staring him down. I bet you crap like crap. What's your crap?
What? It sounds like he's insulting me, but he just keeps calling my crap, right?
And you, your butt looks like a butt. A good little butt, and butt like a butt should butt. And it's like he's saying, I can't say what he's saying because I don't use profanity, but he's just saying it over and over again in this full-on sentence. What was that?
Stop. He's just saying your butt is a butt. Maybe it's a little too complicated for Arthur.
Because Arthur looks confused. And then Kareem is looking over going, come with me. Captain Burns is expecting you.
Company 1's Captain Burns, the man who knows about the fire 12 years ago. The fire that took Mom and Sho, that tore my family apart.
This is the Grand Cathedral.
And if someone was behind that fire too.
As we walk into the Grand Cathedral and Captain Burns is standing at the top of the stairs waiting for them. Well, at the end of the room waiting for them. Welcome to Company 1. We're happy to have you.
I've gotten closer to him.
And then it shows Maki standing there, while the other two dudes are looking at her. Military uniforms in the Grand Cathedral. They're guests. Cut them some slack. As they're all saluting, going,
Company 8 Fire Soldier First Class Maki Oze. I brought the new recruits for their training.
This may be a formal occasion, but we are in the Grand Cathedral. I'm sorry to impose, but might I request a gesture of prayer in lieu of a salute?
I beg your pardon.
Because they then do the prayer hands for the Fire Force, and they all do it. This is Company 1's Lieutenant Flam, Lieutenant Hoshimiya, and Lieutenant Lee. You will be under their command. And Shinra's looking as Burns continues. For today, you may tour the facility, then make yourselves at home.
Captain Burns, if I may? Since we will be joining Company 1 on calls for a while, this may be forward of me, but I'd like to show you what we can do. Would you spar with me, Captain?
Shinra, what are you doing?
And then we have Flam. Not Flam. We have one of them. Hold on, let me go back. Flam, Hoshimiya. We got Hoshimiya going. We read your files. We are well aware of your abilities. There's no need for a display. That's all right. Rekka, help me give them a workout.
What? Really, sir?
His name is Rekka. Rekka goes, what? Really, sir? Rekka, we're inside the Grand Cathedral.
Ahem. Wait, Shinra-kun, that's too scary. Don't make me do it. It's too scary.
No kidding. I mean, talk about annoying.
Would you shut up?
And we have Arthur laughing in the back.
What's so funny, might I ask?
Shinra, what are you up to?
Just a little jab.
As Shinra takes his hat in his hands, and he tips it at Burns, goes,
But if I land a hit, I want you to answer my question.
and then Burns just goes, if you insist. And that's the end of Chapter 22. Onwards to Chapter 23. Special Fire Cathedral 8. I do worry about those kids. And then we got in, this is Captain Obi speaking with Hinawa. Well, they're gone, so try and stay calm and try and calm down, sir. Well, they're gone, so try and calm down, sir. Your pacing is getting on my nerves. Yeah, but my captain's heart can't help it. I can't work like this.
Settle down. Get back to your mission.
And how about you go back to Company 5?
But that Shinra, I hope he doesn't get carried away just because he beat me. The other captains are all brave, seasoned fighters. They won't go easy on him.
And this is Hibana, worried about Shinra. Chapter 23, The Pyrokinetics of Company 1.
Yeah, let's do this, dirtbag. I'm gonna make you cough up everything you know.
And then it cuts to Lee, who goes, why is he so hostile? Why is he so hostile, I wonder?
I guess he's just so excited to be in Company 1. He can't contain himself. Darn it, Shinra.
I like your spirit, soldier. And this is Rekka. Now I'm really getting fired up. Huyan! I guess Rekka can't contain himself either. And then it cuts to someone who shows up, and it's Tamaki.
That jerk. He's been here 2 seconds and he's already fighting the officers. That little twerp. If he hurts Lieutenant Rekka, he'll face my wrath.
Who'll be going up first? And this is Arthur saying it. We'll go in numerical order, and there's no need to hold back. You may use your powers freely. Show me everything you've got.
Which means, oh no, I'm first.
What's inside that coat that you end up looking like that?
What? Why? Is that important right now?
And then we have Lieutenant Hoshimiya as a Rekka, as he goes, I'm Lieutenant Hoshimiya. You'll be up against me.
I'm Takeru Noto, second-class fire soldier from Company 2. I grew up on a potato farm, so people had called me Jaga Noto, and it turned into Juggernaut.
Jaga also means potato in Japanese. Thank you for the footnote.
I grew up on a potato farm, so people called me Jaganoto, and it turned into Juggernaut.
I see! Juggernaut! Let's heat things up! As we see Rekka start to use fire.
Fire? Fire?
Is he okay?
I'm on fire! I just want someone to put it out!
Nice! You're doing great! That's a symbol of your fiery passion!
It's not good! It's not good at all! It's hot!
As Juggernaut pretty much makes up his fire somehow shapes into explosive artillery shells that make their way towards Lieutenant Rekka. No, I'm impressed, Juggernaut! Show me your biggest and best flames! He never turns the heat down on that enthusiasm, does he? Captain Burns, that doesn't look good, sir. I'll handle the stray shots. Thanks, Kareem. Is that safe?
I don't think so.
Please step behind Lieutenant Kareem. All this trouble is so much trouble. It's so troubling. I'm boiling with excitement. The Force has been waiting for talent like yours.
No! Stop fanning the flames! I'm scared of fire. I joined the Force so the fire soldiers will put it out for me. But they just keep fanning the flames!
And Juggernaut winds up firing all these fire missiles he's created all around. Amazing! This temperature! Every single shot has the force of a Juggernaut!
Lieutenant Rekka!
And he just says, nice! You're the best! Keep it up! As he just dodges around all of these missiles. And Kareem is all like, seriously? As they all go flying towards him. Whew! Don't dodge all of them! What is this easy going? Piece of easy going. I know you got my back, Kareem! And then Kareem is standing there with a bell in hand, but also with what looks to be like a gigantic trumpet. And he rings the bell, and a shield erupts in front of him, erects itself in front of him, and it completely absorbs and dissipates the fire missiles that Juggernaut shot out. What was that?
He wiped them out?
And it's just, it's Kareem standing there, as the dust settles.
But you can't just erase that much heat. It's impossible. He would have to be storing an enormous amount of energy to...
And then Kareem rings his bell again. And the whole area just erupts in just freezing cold.
Whoa! What the heck? What's happening? That's cold!
He turned the flames into cold air? What on earth? Ice?
As it shows a big shard of ice just emanating from this big giant trumpet of Kareem's. Rekka! If I hadn't stopped you, you would have hit the captain! Like I said, Kareem, I believe in you! Company 1 has a soldier that conjures ice instead of fire? Huh? What are you talking about? Don't be stupid. I'm a second generation. You think people can conjure ice?
A second generation?
So that ice...
They started out as flames like that guy's flames, right? I just used those flames. That's all.
Huh? Use them? How?
Come on, don't tell me you haven't heard of it. It's called thermoacoustic cooling.
Thermoacoustic cooling? No, I haven't heard of it.
To put it simply, it's a technique that changes heat energy into sound, and sound into cold. When you compress heat, you can turn it into the sound. The sound rubs against the air and becomes cold.
So you can change the fiery energy into sound or cold?
When the heat changes to sound and then reconverts into thermal energy, the temperature goes down. You just have to do that over and over. So I push the flames through that pipe gun that looks like a coiled brass instrument, and my powers cool them instantly into ice.
You can do that?
But I do it with my powers. You know, refrigerators and air conditioners turn heat into cold too, right? They just work on a different principle. And both Shinra and Arthur are completely lost. And then it's Shinra thinking,
That's Company 1 for you. They definitely earned the right to be called elite. Someone in this jurisdiction is artificially manufacturing infernals. Is artificially manufacturing infernals. Is one of them the culprit, or could they all be on it together?
all right, next goes Captain Burns. I don't engage in pointless battles, so you'll have to excuse me. This is Huo Li saying this. And I don't have any powers that aren't already in my file, so I'll go ahead and pass. It's annoying and you're scary. And this is your boy saying this, the boy with the explosive gum. Then we have Burns. In that case, we have come to you Company 8 boys. You will be fighting me.
Company 1 Captain Leonard Burns. Now you'll see what I can do.
Why would the captain do this for them?
And this is Tamagi, who's still talking through the fence. She's been talking through the other side of a fence. She's been on the other side of a fence watching all this go down, and Tamaki goes,
Why would the captain do this for them?
And then it cuts to both Arthur and Shinra shuddering because a lot of fiery energy starts to emanate from Captain Burns' eye as he goes, Come on, then. And that's the end of Chapter 23. Onwards to Chapter 24. Yep, Chapter 24.
Why would the captain go out of his way to spar with a couple of second-class soldiers from another company? I've never gotten to fight him.
She's the girl from the rookie games. And this is Juggernaut saying it.
I can't believe I'm about to watch Captain Burns in hand-to-hand combat.
And then Burns is just standing there as Shinra is preparing to fight. Chapter 24, Shinra versus Burns. You won't be getting a turn. I will gallantly vanquish the opponent. The end. I hold my rice bowl in this hand, and my chopsticks in this hand. Got it! And okay, this man literally has to remind himself what he uses in what hand to make sure he doesn't put his sword in the wrong hand, so that he doesn't fall prey to what almost killed him during his fight with Company 5. Also, let me grab my phone. Gotta let my family know what I want for lunch. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I love life. I love life so much. Doing this, entertaining all of you, just everything that I do in life, I'm just happy with it. This is peace for me. I know I tend to say this. I know I tend to say this quite a lot of the times, but I'm just thankful to be in the position that I am right now. But Arthur really had to think to himself, I hold my rice bowl in this hand and my chopsticks in this hand. Got it. And then he starts rushing towards Burns. And Burns just waves his hand. What is your hand doing?
His aura is overwhelming.
Give me all you've got. If you don't, this match will mean nothing. Don't blame me if you lose an arm. It will take a more powerful flaming sword than that to cut me. You can rest easy on that point.
More powerful? But Arthur's Excalibur can cut through solid steel.
I warned you! And it shows Arthur swinging his sword towards Captain Burns, but he's not moving.
He's not dodging?
And Burns just he doesn't even put the base of his hand up. He just puts the back of his hand up, and it stops Arthur immediately. This same sword that can cut through steel stops on the back of Burns' hand. Like it's nothing. And this surprises all of Company 8, but it doesn't surprise Company 1. A sword that kills in one blow and you don't have a second move. And then it shows Burns moving the sword with his hand and then blowing back Arthur instantly. And it shows that after Arthur has landed, Arthur goes, no, even Maki couldn't extinguish Excalibur. He completely extinguishes Excalibur, which is something, like I said, Maki wasn't even capable of doing. It's Excalibur.
What are you doing? You're not supposed to go easy on him.
And then it cuts to Shinra, who's trying to hit Captain Burns with his feet, but Captain Burns blocks it. And then a big burst of fire emanates from behind Burns, but it doesn't affect him. But it has enough force behind it where it causes one of the light fixtures in the area to shake a little bit. And then we got Lieutenant Hoshimiya going, this soldier's pretty formidable himself.
You know about the fire 12 years ago.
As Shinra tries to kick him again, but Burns just dissipates it.
Dodge or you're dead! Where did my brother go?
Shinra thinks to himself. And he hits Captain Burns directly in his chest.
Tell me, you sly old dog!
He thinks to himself again. Surely you jest. I wasn't going easy on him. And then it shows Burns still standing there.
What? His whole body is scorching hot.
As it shows Burns unfazed at all. Why did you become a fire soldier?
My mother and brother died in a fire. I joined the force to solve the mystery of SHC and make sure a fire like that never happens again. To become a hero and save the world from the fear of the flames.
You still have a long way to go. And then Burns just lifts his foot and stomps, and an unseen force hits Shinra so hard that it bodies him instantly. Mind you, Burns has his arms crossed. He just lifts his foot and stomps on the ground, and something hits Shinra full force and just crumbles him on the floor. Now that I've seen what you can do, I welcome you into Company 1. I welcome you all into Company 1. I hope you make the most of this training assignment.
I kicked him as hard as I could. Leonard Burns, are you that powerful?
And then it cuts to Tamaki walking in, and she's going,
Captain! Lieutenants! Are you hurt?
Tamaki! And then she trips on her. She literally trips on her own feet. She trips somehow. The ground is flat. She doesn't trip over her own feet. She just trips. And she starts to fall towards Lieutenant Hoshimiya. Upsy daisy, as Hoshimiya catches her by the shoulders so that he doesn't touch anywhere else. You can't let your lucky lecture condition activate so easily, Tamaki.
Lieutenant Rekka! I'm so sorry that you always have to help me.
Don't worry about it. More importantly, I want you to show them around Company 1.
Yes, sir! Attention, losers! You're coming with me. I'll show you what makes Company 1 the best!
And then it cuts to Shinra and Arthur, who are just sitting on the floor because it's all like, we thought we were strong, but this man, he just showed us that we are nothing.
I still have a long way to go before I have any chance of becoming a hero.
Then we have Kareem. You Company 8 boys will be under me. You don't stand a chance against Captain Burns, but you were pretty decent for decent fighters. And then Arthur goes, of course we were.
Thank you, sir.
But whether you keep things as they stand now and just stand where you're standing, or whether you stop standing where you're standing and change how things stand now is up to you. Just like heat can change into cold, you can change into anything. Good luck. The fact that I was able to get through that without fumbling that sentence, Lord have mercy.
Thank you, sir.
And Arthur completely lost what Kareem just said. I got what he meant, but Arthur just lost it.
I couldn't really tell, but I think he was encouraging us, right?
And then we cut to a couple of phone booths. And someone goes, yes, the evangelism is moving forward as planned. We may run into some interference, but it shouldn't be any trouble. The infernalization should proceed unhindered. This dude's speech pattern, she's really, that's what I'm saying, Byron. That's what I'm saying, Byron. It's all like, but whether you keep things as they stand now and just stand when you're standing, or whether you stop standing where you're standing and change how things stand now is up to you. Like what? Like what? I'm glad I don't have that speech tick. The infernalization should proceed unhindered. Now, if you'll excuse me, evangelists. And someone is in this phone booth talking about the infernalization should proceed unhindered. Company 8 is putting out their feelers. We'll have to be careful. Someone is working. Someone is working with them, but it's also someone with apparently a high rank. But we don't know who it is because all these individuals, it shows the lieutenants, but we don't know who it is that made this call because they all have the same type collar. The new trainees show some promise. They've even got me excited. We have to be more devoted ourselves. And I'm gonna have to keep an eye on these two. If they get in my way, I guess I'll kill them. And that's the end of chapter 24. Onwards to the final chapter of this volume, chapter 25. And we're back with the barracks for Company 1. Training with Company 1, Day 5. Thought it was crazy when you watch the anime, but reading it is worse. Because you gotta read it.
Training with Company 1, Day 5. Our assignment is 1 month long. That's how much time we have to find clues about the man-made infernals. Do they really exist? There haven't even been any fires.
Chapter 25. After that suspect! As it shows Shinra looking outdoors, and Lieutenant Hinawa is just chilling outside his window.
Excuse me, Lieutenant. What are you doing?
Are you okay? Any problems? Is Arthur holding it together?
I told you, sir, we're fine. Please don't come by every morning.
Oh, it's the lieutenant from Company 8 again. You're so kind to visit every day. You must really be worried about your subordinates.
Thank you.
You're embarrassing me, sir. Please go home.
Huh? What's with the sudden cold shoulder? You could call the captain once in a while. He's worried, you know.
I know. Shoo shoo.
And then Hinawa walks away, and Captain Hibana's there as well.
Captain Hibana's here too?
And Hibana immediately looks away from Shinra because she was looking at him the whole time. There are officers from other companies wandering around their facility, and they're completely unperturbed.
We would never be this open at Company 5. We have too many of Haijima's corporate secrets. According to my research, most of the artificial infernals have ignited in guarded areas accessible only to the fire force and at closed scenes. The most makes my skin The thought makes my skin crawl, but there's a good chance that someone on the force is behind this. So will we find the culprit here in Company 1?
And then it cuts to Shinra and the other members of Company 5 and 8.
Hey, I just realized Company 1's beds aren't bunk beds.
They're like this in Company 5, too. No one uses bunk beds anymore. If there's an emergency, someone might fall and get hurt. Your company is so lame.
We just don't have any soldiers clumsy enough to get hurt.
Of course, you fall all the time.
And you bump your head all the time.
So,
why did all of you join the Fire Force?
and this is Takeru speaking, Juggernaut.
So I can protect everybody from human combustion and infernals. So I can be a hero, of course.
It's only natural that a knight would defend the weak.
Well, I'm a 3rd gen, so I figured I could get a lot of chicks if I were a soldier.
Those are all such good reasons. I can't even use my ignition powers right, and I'm not trying to accomplish anything great like the rest of you.
Who cares why you're in the Force? If you're helping people, that's good enough, right?
You think so? Thanks, Shinraku.
And then it cuts to Tamaki opening the door.
Come on, it's time for the morning assembly. All of you hurry to your assigned units.
But as she opens the door, Arthur's hands goes up, is just up her dress, kind of lifting her dress. I'm wondering how that happened. And he went, I guess, it gets explained here.
What do you think you're doing, you super perv?
My apologies. You knocked, so I was about to open the door, and then you...
Whoa! Hey!
As Tamaki starts backing towards Shinra, and she lands directly on his face. A lot of guys would kill for a woman to do that to them. Just landing and sitting on their face. I'm just going to let that comment just rest there for a moment. I'm not going to elaborate. I'm just going to keep going.
Ah! Stay away from me!
Ow, ow! Quit it with the Lucky Lecturer stuff!
And then a gong goes off.
A bell? Is the assembly starting?
That's the alarm! An infernal's on the loose!
What?
Juggernaut, you're with Lieutenant Hoshimiya's unit. Kichiri, you're with Lieutenant Lee. And in Company 8, and you and Company 8 go and meet up with Lieutenant Flam.
And then we cut to another location, as we are there with Flam, who doesn't have his headphones on. As he goes, looks like there's more than one again.
More than one? Could they be artificial infernals?
5 victims have gone infernal. What the heck is going on? It's happened again. Multiple combustions all at the same time. Oh, we're arriving at the scene! And then everyone starts to gear up.
5 people in the same place at the same time? Can that be a coincidence?
And then Flam gets his headphones on.
But is it really possible to make an infernal?
And it shows people screaming. Looks like the regular firefighters aren't here yet. Nosaka Squad, make sure the citizens are safe. Sorry, I gotta do that again. Nosaka Squad, make sure the citizens are safe. Matsuda Squad, you get intel. Make sure everyone else gets it too. We'll find the infernals, and we'll put them to rest. ASAP! Company 8 boys, you're on standby here with Matsuda Squad. Watch how we work.
Is there anything we can do?
Throwing in new recruits will confuse the chain of command. You just stay as you are. Staying as you are. He's got that speech thing going again. Then we have Flam walking in with his crew. We got Company 8 kids watching. Don't do anything embarrassing. I found an infernal in the alley. As one is in the alley, and it just starts going... as it rushes towards him. Ashes is ashes. May thy soul... Latom. And he freezes the infernal instantly. You put it to rest. I'll go after the remaining 4 that are remaining. Yes, sir. I'll go after the remaining 4 that are remaining. I'll go after the remaining 4 remainders that are... Oh, this guy is gonna get me. He already has. You put it to rest. I'll go after the remaining 4 remainders that are remaining. Yes, sir! And as it shows people being directed to different locations, Shinra goes,
Whoa, that company is a well-oiled machine.
and then one man stops as he sees something in the alley.
Huh?
Eyesight 2.0 2010, as we see someone holding out a vial with some sort of thing inside and jabs it into the back of a man, and it looks like a bug inside this small vial.
A bug?
And then the man starts moving around as he suddenly turns infernal. So we see an individual get turned infernal right there in front of us. Psycho, good to see you. You're coming right in as we're in the middle of the last chapter of Volume 3. So enjoy what's left. But the man instantly goes infernal after having that bug jabbed into him.
Huh?
What's gotten into you?
I saw him!
Who? The scoundrel that manufactures infernals?
It was definitely him. He planted a bug or something inside that guy.
That robe.
You won't get away from us!
As Shinra moves around the man turning infernal and goes after the man in the robes. What do we do about him?
We'll just have to let Company 1 take care of him. Who was he? He won't get away with this. Fire soldiers are supposed to protect the civilians. Don't think you can run faster than my feet!
As Shinra boosts his running speed and rounds a corner, only to come face to face with Lieutenant Hoshimiya and Lieutenant Flom. And mind you, both of their coats are exactly the same. So it's going to be hard to tell who is who was the one who caused the infernal stuff to happen. Of course, with me having watched the anime, I still have the memory of who it is, but like I said, refresher. What are you doing? I thought I ordered you to stand by. Shinra! Did you find an infernal?
Are they the ones?
To be continued in Volume 4. Like I said, I'm skipping ahead of the afterwards, and we're just going to go straight towards the translation notes. But yeah, that's the end of Chapter 25 and the last chapter for Volume 3. Translation notes. Violent Flash, page 21. A more literal translation of this move's name would be Violent Electric Single Slash. The Japanese name is Shiden Isen, where Shiden literally means purple lightning, but it can also refer to the flash of light reflected off of a sword or other blade as it swung at an enemy. The translator simplified the name of the attack in an attempt to choose the coolest and edgiest wording. A lily, please. Page 79. In answer to Hibana's question, the reason Shinra might request a lily is that the Japanese word for lily, yuri, also refers to romance between two women. And also, it's pretty much a whole subcategory for manga and manhwa. Stop being so formal, page 91. When speaking to Hibana, Captain Obi uses a polite form of Japanese. Because they are the same rank and Hibana is younger, this normally would not be required, but Obi defers to her as someone who has been in the Fire Force longer. Camelon bread. Page 107. A common type of bread eaten as a snack or a quick substitute for lunch in Japan is melon bread, or camelon bread. Named for its melon shape. It has a hard, crispy shell and a soft inside. As the reader can see, this particular piece of bread looks more like a turtle and is so-called camelon bread. Called camelon. Cam-melon. Cam-melon. A combination of melon and kame, meaning turtle. Diva! Page 113. Shinra is apparently making the sound of Neo. Two Diva kings who are, or Deva. It's Deva, like Deva Path of Pain. Two Deva kings who are often seen guarding the gates of Buddhist temples, frightening off intruders with their wrathful countenances. Countenances not unlike Shinra's face here. And this is the same face that Shinra was making when he found out that Hibana and company had like a group shower session with each other. Nar! Readers may be wondering what the 9 and 8 are doing in this panel. The answer is that they are spelling the sound effect. Because Japanese numbers have so many different pronunciations, sometimes it can be fun to spell out words using these pronunciations. For example, yoroshiku, roughly translated as nice to meet you, can be spelled 4649, where 4 is both yo and shi. In the case of this sound effect, the 9 and 8 are used to spell kua, which the sound of a violent burst of emotion, which is the sound of a violent burst of emotion, such as inspiration or rage. The mathematical symbol may also be a symbol of the mind at work. In a desperate attempt to replicate this effect, the translators resorted to using medieval number abbreviations, where the N represents 90 and R is 80. These numbers were chosen partially because they include 9 and 8, but also because they work together to make a reasonable substitute for the Kua sound. Soul Eater, big hit, page 181. Though many of the signs in this manga are left untranslated, as they're mostly atmospheric, ads for bars, automobile retailers, film companies, etc., Okubo-sensei inserted an ad that was a nod to his last manga, Soul Eater. The sign simply says, Soul Eater, big hit. The bar directly below the sign is named Tsubaki, another character from the manga, who is also, which is a character from Soul Eater, who happens to be the weapon of Black Star, if I remember his name correctly. And then lastly, For no Uta, which is for the Atsushia little chapter at the end, but I don't read those. Translated as Song of Four, this is the title of a song performed by the world's cutest heavy metal group, Baby Metal. The song is a tribute to the number 4, a number which may or may not have been chosen because one Japanese pronunciation for 4, she, can also mean death. And that's the end of the translation notes. We get a little bit information for Sister Iris and her stats and everything, like everything about her. But that's pretty much the end of this volume. The end of Volume 3 for Fire Force, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue with more Fire Force tomorrow with Volume 4. And I'm probably going to do a reaction to the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer, but it's probably going to be a video, just letting you guys know ahead of time. But we are done with Fire Force. Who is the one behind that man being turned infernal? Only time will tell as we get that answer. And only time will tell when I get past where the anime stopped, and I can be all like, okay, now I get to find out what happens for the rest of the series. So I'm enjoying the series. I'm enjoying reading Fire Force for all of you. It's fun doing all these voices, giving you guys another dramatic reading of another series on this channel. I am happy to do that because I'm having so much fun with it, and I hope you all are as well. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and even become a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.